Hello everyone, hi, this is Mita, your astrology journalist and your Synastry expert. I deal with relationships here and that's what I specialize in. That's what I'm good at. That's what I'm excellent in. And I am here for you regarding to your relationships. And this is a requested Synastry analysis, and I must say that it was very taxing energetically, and I think because Rose or Rose is actually very 12th house based, and right now the time is 2:45 in the morning. Yeah, she's a high 12th house person, and her energy or the energy around the Synastry really taxed me. And because it did that, I am asking the person that requested this Synastry to donate 28 euros. You will donate 28 euros. And you will donate it in coins. It must be in coins, and it must be in silver coins, and you must donate it to, it will be a homeless person, it will be a man. He will be wearing brown pants and a brown shirt. That's the person you need to give this money to. It's 28 euros. It's going to be in coins, and it's going to be in coins, silver coins, not brown coins, not nickel, but silver. And he will be wearing brown pants and a brown shirt. If you see maybe khaki, that's also fine. So it's a brown top and a brown shirt. You will see him. He's a homeless person. You will see him. He's wearing brown pants. He's wearing a brown shirt. You will give him this 28 euros. This was a highly energetic, taxing reading, in analysis. I don't know if because she's a 12th house person, because I actually got the message that you need to donate this money before I even saw her chart. And then when I saw her chart, I'm like, oh, okay, that's why I was just told to tell you to do this. So if you requested this, you need to do this. You have to do what I'm telling you to do. Now, this is an analysis, Synastry analysis of Lewis Hamilton and Roseanne Park. She is a member of the BlackPink, and because her name has got the accented E, so I'm not sure if she's pronounced as Rose or just Rose. Okay, because she's got the accented E in her name, but her full name is Roseanne Park, and she was born in New Zealand. She was born on the 11th of February 1997, and Lewis Hamilton born on the 7th of January 1985 in London. So obviously they are foreigners to each other in terms of birthplace, and there's an age gap here, and this age gap, I don't mind it. As I usually say, there are age gaps that I mind. Like, obviously we're talking legal here, but in terms of the legal age, there are age gaps that I mind, and there are age gaps that I don't mind. And this one, I don't mind it, because the assertions are trying. So definitely when it comes to the commitment part, they would have a relative same idea of what commitment is about. But on top of this, when it comes to certain, it becomes very important for both of them. Now, this analysis is a under global perspective, like if you were to go to another channel. Sorry, that's my voice going. And I just wanted to send a message out to all the PR agents of celebrities. Like, you don't have to ask on the comment section for these analysis, because when I do this analysis, I look at obviously what it will be happening, but I use it from a research purposes. So my initial point would be from a research purposes. So when it's asked, it's like it's a different thing. When you ask for it, you are literally like evoking certain attentions or vibrations. And so I would prefer that you contact me directly, so that I can, particularly if it's a serious request, like whereby you want to match your celebrity client with another celebrity, I would prefer that you contact me directly. I've dealt with a couple of celebrities, so this is not a new thing for me. I have given service to a couple of celebrities already, and confidentiality is not my problem. It will never be my problem. I do have a legal background, so I understand confidentiality very, very closely. And you've never ever heard me bragging about I've helped this celebrity, I've helped that celebrity, I've helped. No, I never do that. I just keep that to myself. Even my own husband knows that I've dealt with celebrities, but he doesn't even know who it is. He doesn't know the names, because that's how confidential I am. Even within my household, I keep their names, their consultation inquiries very private. So I would prefer you do that, so that you can get all the solutions pertaining to the matchmaking that you want to make. And I say that because with this particular Synastry here that I'm looking at here, it is very complicated. I like to use the word complicated, or maybe I should use the word challenging, because maybe complicated makes it seem like really complicated, like there are no solutions. And as you guys know, I always believe that there are solutions, because the charts, they don't come with only problems or challenges, they also come with opportunities. And so with this particular Synastry that I'm looking at here, on the outlook, like when you first look at it, you're going to see challenges literally popping from every angle. Literally every single angle is going to give challenges. And these challenges, it's not like they don't exist or they wouldn't exist. They would be felt, but there are opportunities, as I said. And at the same time, because I'm an expert in what I do, in this particular case, I had to use advanced methods to see the underlying, to really open up the whole Synastry, so that I can see the finer details and what would be the problem and how it would be solved. Now my critical question here would be asking them, how much do they want this connection, this relationship, the message, the request. The person that requested me this, they said they were seen together at Met Gala, connections. And then I had to look that up on Google because I don't want to start rumors. And then I saw, okay, on Google there are some things that are linking them together, Louis and Rose. And so we are working from that angle. Now, how much do you want this? How much do you want this? Why do you want this? I see why do you want this, okay? I see why you would want to link up together in terms of the planets. But from your human point of view, why do you want this, right? I would ask them. That would be the question I would be working from, to be able to give them the best foot forward, right? But because I'm not speaking to them, so I am speaking from my head now. Okay. First of all, there is a wish here. That's what I'm seeing from this synastry. There is a wish for a child. Okay, so it's like one of them, I'm not going to say who it is, one of them is seeing the other partner as, the best person to have a child with. That's the first thing I see. There is a wish for a child. Like when they look at this person, they see you'd be a good person to have my baby with. So that's the first thing. Now the second thing is that there would be problems with, coming to the point of having that child. Number 2, complications. But these complications could be definitely eased. They are obviously well-off people. They have access to literally everything on earth. So such problems would be taken care of. Number 3, the parenting itself would be a challenge. The parenting itself together would be a challenge here. Okay. So with all of this in mind, you already know where to go, because from the chart I see that the child is a wish here for one partner. And so I'm giving you, the ideas of where that would lead to and what you would need to do. And of course, in detail, then contact me, or contact another expert to get the actual details. And number 2, and I'm like number 2 now, but then I already went to number 3. But topic number 2 is that I do see that after this relationship would kick off in a serious point or towards a serious direction, his mom's health would be affected, or there would be a change in her lifestyle, right? So actually, I'm not even sure if I think his mom is still alive. I think so. So but then there would be some issues regarding to her lifestyle or her health altogether that would be affected. It's not because of Roseanne. It's just that this synastry is kicking in. That aspect, or is evoking that aspect, is activating that aspect of affecting his mom's health. And another topic that I do see here is that when it comes to his career, his career would have problems. So it's either at this time he would literally want to just quit and go and be with the kids, or focus on the life of kids, of children, or just to provide to the family, not like financially, because they both can finance each other, but he would just maybe want to just nurture, to be at home. And I do know that he's already said before that he chose not to have kids because he would prefer to be present. So it does kick in that aspect here, that when it comes to his career, it would just go into problems. Another topic here, there would be people talking about the age gap. This age gap is not even so much, because he's 40, 41, she's 28, 29. So, and the planets as well, they agree that the age gap is okay because of the trine of Saturn. So it's a good age gap. But then there would still be people talking, because that's what the Synastry is showing here. They would be saying, he's like so old, it's showing. But as I said, from the planetary point, this is okay. This is good. There's no problem age-wise from the planetary points. Okay, so that would be another thing here. Now, this relationship, I say, it would be deemed as dire from the outlook, as you guys can also see here. They have the sextiles of Venus, they have sextiles of Venus to Moon, they just have in conjunction Moon to Venus, squares all over the place, just semi-sextiles. Why am I saying sextiles? Semi-sextiles, not sextiles. They have semi-sextiles of everything, almost everything, in conjunctions, Mars to Mars. It's just needing a whole lot of attention for it to build up. And the very first thing that would make it quickly build up, it is actually that parenting that parenting part. Like, if they would just go and have the child, then have the problems, then later on in life, things start to be okay. But as I said, even getting to the point of having the child would need specific methods, And I don't know which number I'm on now, but another point that I see here is that she would have to literally, like, it's like compromise, her direction somehow, or just give up something, like give up her stardom. Or maybe when she's at home, she's not a star. She can be a star to everybody, right? But then when she goes home, she would have to tone that down. She would have to diminish her brightness, right? But and it would be a problem for her. It would be very strenuous for her to do that, because she's already feeling invisible most of the time. Like in her life, she feels invisible. And even within her group, she's likely to feel invisible, even though she's actually very you know, very talented, extremely talented, and very gifted. Like extremely gifted. There are people who are gifted, but for her, she's like extremely gifted, like hugely, like big. But then with him, that big gift, that big sunlight, it would have to be a bit diminished. So there's that. So I had to go and look at their D9s because, as I said in the open, you would immediately say no, don't do it, don't even try. You're gonna go crazy, you're gonna go mad. Don't think about it. What are you doing? So then this relationship would need to be accepted as it is, literally accepted as it is. That's what it needs. It would need for them to say, we are committing to each other or to this relationship or to the commitment and the parenting of this child that we want or that we are called to have. But we accept that you are going to be on the road singing and busy with your group scheduling, and you have your own management. You are so busy. We are hardly together. We are hardly together. I don't see you. The time goes and goes and goes, and I don't see you. I can't see you. It's just too much of their distance here, because that's what this relationship is all about. You have so many things going on in your life, such a huge schedule. I have a whole lot of things going on in my life, heavy schedule, and it's just difficult to be in one place together. How are we going to deal with this schedule? How are we going to deal with our responsibilities, like as individuals, to our careers? Okay, now I have to give up my career. Now I have to quit what I'm doing. And there's that. Okay, you quit your career. I'm also going to, cut some appearances. I don't have to go to all the appearances that I have to go to so that, I can give time to this relationship. There's that. All right, so when I look at Lewis Hamilton's chart, I have looked at his chart before, and then I didn't say anything then because it just didn't come that I should say it. But when I look at his chart, his person that he's born to enjoy this life with is somebody who's got a masculine energy. So a woman who's very masculine. So by masculine, they can be like, a bossy type of a girl, you know, tomboyish girl, not girly girl. That's not his person according to his chart. He's born to be with a masculine person. That's his soulmate. That's his person. That's his person. He is born on, to be on this earth to enjoy love, like real love, like true love from a masculine energy. From a masculine energy. It doesn't matter which angle I look at his chart from. I looked at his chart from the day 1. I looked at his chart from the day 9. I looked at his chart from the every angle. Progression, everything. He is born, to be with a masculine person. Like, if it's a woman, it should be like a woman who's like a boss, right? Like a boss babe, very masculine, very what you call it, ordering, like he needs that because his chart needs that. And I never heard rumors of him being homosexual. Okay, so he's always been with women, right? But his chart is demanding a masculine partner. So because he's not gay, he's not homosexual, then he must choose women that are masculine and boss babes, just the alpha of the alpha babes. So I don't know much about Roseanne in terms of her personality, like how she is, in terms of like public wise, like humanly. I can only see from her chart, I can only see from her chart, but I don't know how she is humanly, right? Now, in terms of physicality, when it comes to their physicality together, is there a match? There is a high match here. There is a high match in terms of physicality. When they are together, they feel like they know each other. They feel like, I know you. I know you too. No, I know you. And I said, I know you too. So that is what they feel when they're together. And at the same time, that familiarity that they do get around each other, it is actually not platonic. It is heavy. This is a heavy acknowledgement of souls. It's like a heavy thing. So it's not a matter of, okay, you're a celebrity. Oh, I'm also a celebrity. Oh, I think you're cool. Oh, I think you're cool too, right? It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. So that's what I see. Physicality wise, they click as well. But it's the logistics and the emotional challenges that come here. So it's the physical logistics in terms of how do we make this relationship be a vehicle for us? When can we be together? Are you available? We don't even have time to do anything together. You're too busy. I'm too busy. What the hell? Right, so that's what I'm seeing here. Now, it would be very nice to have those questions like, why do you want this? Like, why do you want this? Okay. Because let me tell you, even when I look at the finances, there would be huge changes in terms of your guys' finances, yeah. Right. But then I need to know why do you want this and how much do you want this, and then I can tell you what to do, how to do, which parts to look at. So with that said, I hope that I have given useful details, because what I've given here is not a YouTube vibe. This is like a consultation vibe, and this is why I was literally told for you to go and donate this money before I even started the analysis. And then I saw that Roseanne is actually a 12th house person. So don't forget that it's very important. You go and you donate this 28 euros. It's going to be in coins, in silver coins, and it's going to be to a homeless person. He's going to be wearing a brown pants and brown shirt. Okay, thank you. Now moving on to the next segment. And these predictions that I usually make, they are literally like your daily journal. A journal, like your report directly from the stars of what is going to be happening when it comes to the current news, right? Because I'm your astrology journalist. Yes, I am. And you love me and I love you. Right. I mean, what's the time now? Now it's 1:15, because I took actually 30 minutes with the first segment. So now it's 3:15 in the AM, and we need to lighten up the mood, because before we get to be too serious. Yeah, let's raise up the vibrations. Now, these predictions that I do, they actually not something to take lightly, because I'm literally giving you what will be happening in the news on a daily basis, and 99% of my predictions, they come true. So this is not something light. This is not something to be taken as as basic. It's a high skill, and I'm grateful obviously to the stars for the access. So now going to, what's the date today? 23rd. So the date is the 23rd. So obviously, I'm seeing whatever has been happening since yesterday to continue today. Those intellectual communications I talked about the other day, and I do expect some progress, definitely. Like I said as well, there are so many people in terms of the leadership making progress. I do see that. I do see just back and forth, obviously continuing to try to get into good terms, when it comes to leadership. So we have some communications or negotiations going, and they will keep on going for sure. I also do see that today on the 23rd, because it's like 3 a.m, so there hasn't been much of news. There's no news at all, actually. So 23rd today, what I do see, connections. Yeah, lots of people are making connections. Our governments, our bosses, like people that have authority over us, they are making connections, like connections that would be helpful, connections that would help us in our daily lives, make our lives function, even regarding to employment, make the employment quite easy, to deal with. And definitely when it comes to health issues, those solutions they are given as well, as you saw how the president of the world, Donald Trump, made that revelation, which I also had predicted, by the way, that is showing in the planet, that is still continuing today, the 23rd. I also do see, though, that there could be some news today or tomorrow, the 24th. So between the 23rd and the 24th, there could be headlines relating to maybe a health situation that is concerning the nervous system. So the nervous system, or being tired, anxiety, anxious, those things. I do see something relating to that, like communication or headline like that. I see that. I also do see that at this time, Israel could be feeling like, what, we are being not taken seriously. And of course, pertaining to what's already happened, regarding to the Palestine state of Palestine. They already, complaining, obviously, like, hey, look at us, why are you doing that to us? So that's what Israel is saying. But there is just now these connections that are being made for sure, and they are going to work. They are like a chain of command. They're going to work like from one chain to another chain to another chain to another chain, and definitely they're going to work for sure. I had to take a pause because my stomach started to grumble because I'm hungry. It's 3 a.m., right? So I had to go and get some snack, banana, and now I feel energized. And I hope my stomach noises, it's not gonna be disturbing you guys and making you feel hungry. But okay, let's be serious again. So what I do see on the 24th to the 25th, right? At this time, there's like a stern look, or a stern demand for government to do something. So there's a high responsibility for most leaders at this time. So there's like a drive, like do something, right? It's mental overload. Be careful. They must just be careful of mental overload. Like anyone who is in authority, it could be you if you are you are a boss for your company. At this time, there's just a whole lot of demands, a lot of responsibility. Just too much is expected at this time. People need to be guided, need to be led, need to be told what to do. Planning. That's what I see. Yeah, planning. Oh, something is happening in Greece, by the way, between the 24th and the 25th. It could be relating to a leader as well at this time. What else do I see for these days? There's a bit of obviously being anxious. A lot of people are just feeling anxious. People in leadership, not everybody, but people in leadership with authority, because there's a lot of work. There's just a lot of work to be done. Too much stuff here. So what I also do see here is there would be conflicts when it comes to Russia, like they feeling conflicted when it comes to certain partnerships. So maybe they've been like trying to get into a whole lot of partnerships right now, since the tariff story. But I do see here some conflicted choices whereby maybe they have to weigh their options pertaining to a certain partner. I see that. I also do see that there will be a headline today, like on the 24th, until the 25th. There would be a headline pertaining to children. And this would be my mind is taking me to Pakistan. Obviously, when it comes to war zone countries such as Israel, there's always a story regarding kids getting hungry, getting hurt. But with countries that they don't have a lot of war going, like Pakistan, I do see something regarding to kids at this time, and it would be regarding it's like they deciding the future. Is something relating to the future of the children. So it could be maybe partnering up at this time, like partnering up to help children or form a center for kids, or maybe provide health relating things to kids or for kids. So I do see that type of a headline coming. And these are countries that have right wing, left wing. I do see, and mostly is the countries that are highly political, right? So I do see a right wing or somebody from the right wing or a leader from the right wing of a political party. So they will be from a right wing, so they're known as from the right wing. This person is going to either be persecuted for the crimes that they've done, or they're going to be found out for the crimes that they've done. Maybe they have had corruption related things, or lied about something, embezzlement, those type of things. Or maybe they created some conflict, and that is like now brought up to the table, right? So there is some sort of universal judgment that is going to be brought up to a leader of a right-wing party. So whichever country, either political environment, they're going to be from the right-wing party. So this is how we're going to know when the headlines hit that, oh, okay, this was the person. I do see also, I actually don't like this part. I do see a spouse again being lost. So this time, how I saw it before, like in the couple of days before, and it happened, I see again a spouse being lost at this time. Of course, it's going to be of a public figure, and so there's that. I also do see it's like promotion of fertility at this time, or trying to come up with solutions regarding to fertility, or helping that side of life, having kids, being fertile, maybe medicine regarding to that, solutions, planning regarding to that, right? So that would be on the news as well between the 24th and the 25th. And yeah, and the 25th. So basically just busy time, busy planning, busy leaders trying to get to somewhere. All right, just be mindful of being mentally exhausted at this time, anxiety, all of these things. And I do see that between the 25th and the 26th at this time, health issues would come up again. And headlines about, maybe, because remember, we have Sun and Mercury in Virgo, so that's why there's a lot of health related headlines, solutions coming up, and all of these things. It is because of that movement of Sun and Mercury into the Virgo sign. Because remember, Mercury, this is his exalted sign, so he's cleaning up his house. And so I do see between the 25th and the 26th, news relating now to maybe stomach bug, health issues, mood swings, these types of things being mentioned. They could also be mentioned as side effects, right? And there could be also a breakup of a public couple right now that is announced. I do see something like that, maybe divorce or something relating to separation, so I do see that. And there is, maybe could also be, over being a liar, something like that. So there's that. And there could also be a loss of a job or resignation of a partner of a leader at this time, also due to similar things whereby they just not of a good character. That is also expected for the 25th and the 26th, right? So this is literally like a day of judging people who have not done what they need to do, but accusations as well. I do expect that, whereby somebody is accused of having done something, like a public figure is accused of having done something gross, and later on we could find out that actually they were innocent all this time around. So there's that. And so just people need to be cautious about being impulsive at this time as well. I do definitely see some new beginnings because we've had the eclipse, so definitely new beginnings, particularly when it comes to the northern countries, of our world. Definitely new beginnings. They are happening for sure. Right, so that is that when it comes to the headlines, because me, I must give you the headlines before you see the headlines, or even before they happen in real life or in a human form. Right, now when it comes to, let's look at the countries specifically. I've already spoken about how Israel is just feeling frustrated right now. Like, you guys, why are you doing this to us? damn, right? But it's more like of a balancing things out, balancing the karma out right now. And I've already been speaking on Israel, how things were predicted, how things were going, and and that has been proven over and over and over. But when it comes to India until the 24th, I do see that there could be some changes now, and these changes are going to either be relating to the contracts that they already have, or a leader has to either change a position or be replaced or something like that. I do see that happening. Also, when it comes to, obviously they continue to be in communication with the US, with China. That is going on. It's still going to go on. The planets are just still requiring that to happen. And when it comes to Russia, still military action here. I do see, there is actually some covert. That's what I see. There is some covert actions that are being taken. But I mean, when it comes to military, everything is covered. So it's not like really like news. It's expected. If you are planning as a military person, you need to be covered. So that is that. But what? Hold on. Oh. Is there a story between Russia and China and the military? So there's that question that is coming up right now. But definitely they are sorting out their resources, they're sorting out their equipment, they're setting out their tools. Sorting out partnerships for sure. Relying on certain partners. But I see flip-flopping. I see flip-flopping partners. What is going on here? Which partnerships are flip-flopping when it comes to Russia? There's that. When it comes to the First Lady of the world, like the wife of the President of the world, Melania Trump, she would need to maybe go for a health checkup. Soon. Just to make sure that everything is fine, that she's fine, that she's okay. Take it easy. Yeah, so there's that. So with that said, let me leave it here by saying be safe and thank you for being here. Me and you, we will chat very soon. Thank you for your support and check out my website for bookings. A bientôt and ciao.